on their boxing abilities and their quickness. And when you get athletes with similar styles facing each other, it's usually the younger, quicker man who has a much more pronounced edge than you would ordinarily think.
Easy choice, and Harold Brazier himself conceded in discussing the possible strategic matchup in the fight that they are so similar they're likely to mirror each other, and that if all goes according to the way he would like it to go, it might be a dull fight. Not a lot of punches landed.
The thing about Harold, he's warmed up. He's got sweat rolling off him before the fight. He's not going to be caught with anything too soon.
You can see that Brazier starts the fight in what amounts to a defensive posture, George, with his upper body leaning back and his weight all on his back foot.
He's going to make Pernell Whitaker reach out and get everything he wants. He's not going to present his body to him. He's going to keep it away.
Pernell landed one low blow, and referee Frank Cappuccino told him from behind, come on, keep him up. Whitaker has been known in the past in his great outings for remarkable accuracy, particularly with the right jab.
When you spread your legs apart, like Brazier is doing, you don't leave much for the guy to hit. Your body is so far away, and then when you step into him, you bump into his knees.
One thing about Brazier, he knows how to counter and certainly can do it well. But if his opponent mounts the offensive assault, Brazier is perfectly willing to stand with his hands in the peekaboo posture and just take a bunch of punches without firing back. He likes to wait for his opponent to wear down.
Whitaker's not a true aggressor. He can't keep up for 3 or 4 rounds, hitting this guy up against the rope. He can't do it. It's a smart fight Brazier's taken so far. Make Pernell Whitaker come on. Use up your energy. And I'm heavier than anybody that you've ever fought before.
Brazier still in the defensive posture, leaning against the ropes, occasionally firing the jab, but otherwise offering little offense as Pernell tries to figure him out. And it's been a puzzle for Whitaker. He has mostly landed low blows. Now there's a left hand that got through the guard.
Brazier's thinking, sure, he's hitting me a lot, but he can't hurt me. I'm too heavy. I've been at this weight alone for a lot of years.
Right hand lead lands for Brazier. His most effective punch so far. Not a lot of snap behind it.
Whitaker's having to avoid bumping into Brazier's knees. Got caught by a good straight hand by Brazier that time.
Anytime a southpaw faces off against a conventional fighter, and particularly a stand-up fighter like Brazier, you watch their front feet to see which fighter can keep his front foot to the outside. He's likely to gain the advantage in exchanges.
Whitaker's a bit more aggressive than he's been before. This could tell on him in the latter rounds if this fight goes for any distance.
Well, he was particularly aggressive in his last outing against Paez. Says, I want to put my hands on my opponents a little more.
All right, Harold, you got a good look at him now, pal. You got to go to work and you got to get your punches off. Okay? You can double up on that left jab when he's coming in. Don't just paw it out there and leave it hang. You can double up, snappy left jab. Good feints, hold him off balance. When he comes in and throws them shots and you block him, bam, right back. You got to counter right now.
Bring him in with something real big. Just to keep him honest. But just keep that shit going. Keep it going. Keep it going. You can't do nothing with it. But every now and then, throw 2 or 3 big ones on him. Because he can't handle you inside. He don't know what to do with you. So not just fight him at a close, but not don't smother yourself, you know. But just stay right there and wing it, right? Bang, bang, and then bang, bang, hard.
Back, Angie, what's up? Stay in your corner. Both of you stay in the corner.
Sweet Pea Whitaker has undergone a really interesting change and evolution in his life as a fighter. When we first saw him in the Olympics and after the Olympics, he was running around the ring like he could do it all day and all night, and he could. And here he is, standing straight up, looking right in the eye of the storm, willing to exchange punches.
And when you think about it, his corner, Whitaker's corner, has told him to go bang, bang with heavy shots. That may not be the smartest thing to do in this heavier division. To me, the most important thing is to stay ahead on points.
Well, they didn't put Whitaker in with a noted knockout puncher. Even though Brazier has 54 knockouts in his 78 wins, he is not regarded as a one-punch knockout type and not regarded as the kind of guy who could be a short-range danger to Pernell Whitaker. He'd have to pile up a lot of punishment on Pernell to knock him out.
But I think if Pernell Whitaker reaching out, trying to land hard shots, can run into a good straight right, he'll be getting him off the canvas if he's not careful.
Let him out, let him out, let him out.
Not because Brazier's a harder puncher, but because you can just run into it and hurt yourself.
And Pernell is again demonstrating that he wants to be aggressive, wants to make the fight.
Come on, come on, come on. Partner.
Coming forward, standing and trading much, much more, as Larry Merchant points out, than was the case earlier in his career.
Brazier hasn't decided to look at Whitaker as an ordinary fighter yet.
Get them hands loose.
Once he decides, hey, this guy's no more than anyone else, this could be a tough fight.
Brazier has shifted his weight just a little bit now, beginning to put a little bit more weight on his front foot.
Yeah, you notice the legs are coming closer together, which, if I was he, I'd keep them apart just a bit longer to let Whitaker take some of the steam out of his punches.
Good left hand inside by Pernell Whitaker. Stopped Brazier in his tracks for a second. Harold trying to go to the body with the right hand.
Previously, Whitaker had to
get him loose, get him loose.
step around those long legs to get inside with a body shot, but now those legs are not so long, they're closing up. He's able to get good body shots.
Let him go, Harold. Let him go, Harold.
Good body punch by Harold Brazier.
Harold expressed to us in a meeting that he thought he could land right hands to the body, and he got a left hand in there, countering Pernell Whitaker over the top of the right. As we go back to the corners, almost all of the backing in Pernell Whitaker's corner is done by former Philadelphia middleweight George Benton. The man who speaks to Harold Brazier is his manager, Pete Susan.
All right, Joe. Wasn't bad, but you're holding back too much.
Timing a little bit.
I know, you're thinking a little too much now. Okay, that's too old for him. You can let your punches flow in combination, 3s and 4s, especially when he's in close with you. Mix them up, down and up. All right, on the outside, use that jab.
Reach around, hit them on the shoulders. Hit them on the shoulders with your dead weight. Hit them on the hip with your dead weight. Reach and hit them on, on the sit-down part. With that dead weight, right? Double up on your left hooks, right?
Here's the bucket.
But a man cannot handle the inside, so that's what he wants to do.
Watch Whitaker's right hand. Watch his jab. Perfect straight jab. Something will come behind it before long. Incidentally, that's the first time I've ever heard a manager tell a fighter early in the fight, you're behind 2-0. He's trying to rouse his fighter into a more offensive fight.
Trying to tell him to go out and get some more points. Still here. This could be a great mistake by Whitaker, throwing away his power in the earlier rounds against a bigger guy. Brazier has big legs, big thighs.
Well, one thing Pernell Whitaker wanted to do here was to be busy early and not to allow Brazier to get raised. So far, Pernell has been throwing 100 punches per round. That's a high volume, and it's aimed at keeping Harold Brazier back on his heels in a defensive posture. Left hand lands over the top for Whitaker, and look at all the leather he's trying to throw inside.
Keep him loose, man.
Whitaker's starting to fall forward even now. That weight difference is already starting to show up there. Good body punch by Pernell Whitaker.
Whitaker throwing 4 or 5 punches to every one from Brazier.
Let him go, let him go.
Remains to be seen if Pernell can keep up the pace, fighting at a higher weight than before.
And when you throw those punches at a higher weight, it's like wind sprinting. Sure, you do it, but afterwards you're out of wind for a moment.
We should point out, this isn't the first time that Pernell has ever been in the ring at 140 pounds. He has actually fought at this weight before, but he was an overweight lightweight when he did that. This is the first time he's been there meaning to stay at this weight.
We'll said earlier, today could be the first day of the rest of his life.
Brazier starting to find some business coming up and under. He landed 2 uppercuts. And another one to the body.
Whitaker allows Brazier to get some courage.
Let him go, P. Let him go.
Now you saw Brazier get his leg outside of Whitaker's there, pin Pernell inside, and hit him twice to the body. Again, whichever fighter is able to keep his foot to the outside of the other has the advantage in these exchanges. Solid left hand and right hand from Pernell Whitaker.
As I said earlier, it's like running wind sprints. It takes so much out of you at that weight.
You're watching the continued evolution of Pernell Whitaker from one-time will-o'-the-wisp to dangerous, aggressive body puncher.
3 or 4 rounds, Whitaker's going to realize, hey, this is not going to be a cakewalk. You're going to fight this guy.
Pernell just cut loose and tried to flatten Harold Brazier with a left hand. Wasn't able to catch him flush. There's a right hand by Brazier in a counter that landed and did some damage. And coming up, following this 10-round non-title fight, our main event of the evening is the championship bout. Meldrick Taylor defending his WBA welterweight belt against hard-punching Glenwood Brown. There is a look at the hometown Philadelphia fighter, Meldrick Taylor, as he warms up amid the friendly support of his camp.